Have you ever wondered whether a woman is into you or just being nice? You're not alone. Many men find it difficult to read between the lines, particularly if she's hiding her feelings under wraps. But don't worry, this video is your key to noticing those subtle signs. Stick with me, and at the end, you'll be able to figure out the secret language of attraction. Let's get started and explore the truth behind those mixed signals. Number 1. She smiles every time she sees you. A woman's smile might be a revealing sign, particularly if she regularly smiles every time she sees you. This might indicate that she likes you, but she is trying to keep it subtle. Occasionally, when someone is attracted to someone they consider out of their league, they use their smile to look friendly and accessible, believing it drives the other person to make the first move. Of course, a smile may have other meanings. She may just be happy to see you or like your company. However, it's good to monitor how often she smiles around you. If she's consistently smiling in your company, it's a clear indication of her interest in you. Number 2. Extra effort and appearance. For most women, looking good is part of their everyday routine, but if she's making an additional effort to look her best around you, consider it a hint. This can involve wearing extra makeup, picking stylish clothes, or playing with her hair just to grab your attention. This additional effort shows she cares about how you see her, gently communicating her interest and indicating that the effort is purely to please you. Number 3. Remembering small details. Paying attention to the tiniest things may be a huge signal of interest. If a woman recalls minor details about you, it's an indication she's more than just casually attentive. Women typically concentrate on these intricacies when they're attracted to someone. Notice whether she remembers anything you discussed weeks ago or is tuned into your interests. This degree of information, such as knowing your favorite food, entertainment preferences, or the sort of humor you like, goes beyond common conversation. It indicates she's attempting to get to know and connect with you on a more profound level. These are minor, but major memories are her way of quietly communicating her interest in and desire to know the real you. Number 4. Choosing to sit near you. It's a simple yet meaningful gesture. If a woman constantly chooses to sit next to you, whether at work, school, or social gatherings, it could be more than just a coincidence. While this doesn't necessarily indicate she's interested, the constant recurrence of this action is a revealing sign. Sitting next to you is her subtle technique for showing interest without being too overt. It's an unobtrusive yet intentional choice, showing her desire to be near you. This move allows her to be in your proximity, interact freely in conversations, and be a part of your immediate surroundings. Number 5. Playing with hair and expressing body language. A woman stroking her fingers through her hair when talking to you is typical body language indicating interest. Often done quietly, this gesture coupled with her hair play shows she's into you. Another significant clue is that she is imitating your body language. If she leans in when you do or crosses her arms whenever you cross yours, it's her automatic method of indicating alignment and interest in your interaction. Furthermore, pay attention to changes in her tone of speech. When someone develops an attraction to another person, their voice might get softer and more melodious, almost as if attempting to lure the other person in. If you notice her talking in a calmer tone around you, it's certainly an indication of her interest. These subtle signs, combining physical gestures and vocal changes, are evidence of her attraction to you. Number 6. Exposing her neck. The act of a woman exposing her neck can seem strange, but it's clearly a critical body language sign of interest. Whenever a woman shows her neck to someone she's interested in, she's subconsciously expressing her attraction. This can be done by acts such as bending her head, putting on clothing with open necklines, or allowing her hair to fall down to show her neck. This act is typically a method for women to convey vulnerability and openness. It's perceived as a subtle encouragement for the other person to get closer. This strategy of exhibiting interest without being overtly apparent is a subtle and efficient way for women to express their feelings. Keep an eye out for this sign, since it's a subtle yet significant indicator of her interest in you. Number 7. Quick glances. If a woman is interested but is attempting to keep it under wraps, one delicate hint is her quick glances in your direction. These short stares are her method of communicating without being too obvious. It's an intentional approach, striking the right balance between showing interest and maintaining an aura of mystery. Eye contact can be quite difficult, But when feelings are involved, it's strong and transparent. Therefore, if you notice her eyes darting towards you and then immediately moving away, particularly if you meet her stare, it's a major indication she's certainly onto you but is playing it cool. These quick nervous glances are her unconscious method of expressing interest while trying to disguise her sincere feelings. Keep an eye out for such instances. They're subtle but significant evidence of her concealed affection. Number 8. Lip licking. Body language professionals say that if a woman regularly licks her lips around you, it might be an indication of hidden attraction. This delicate gesture can be more than just casual behavior. It can be an unintentional action she takes whenever she's interested in someone. While it might just suggest she's moisturizing her lips, it's a signal of interest in a legitimate context. Therefore, if you notice she's licking her lips more around you, consider it a hint. This modest but revealing act is her way of displaying interest without overtly stating it. Number 9. Nervousness. It's generally simple to figure out when a woman feels nervous around you, in an indication she could be trying to disguise her feelings. Nervousness might show up in numerous ways, such as excessive sweating or fidgeting. If her hands shake while talking to you or her voice shakes, these are probable signs of her concealed attraction. Eventually, as she becomes more comfortable, these indicators might decline as her feelings become more obvious. Additionally, some women react by getting more defensive or critical, a method for keeping their feelings to themselves. If she's exceptionally caustic or critical in your conversations, it might be her way of masking how she truly feels. These protective responses are typically a facade, disguising her actual interest in you. Number 10. Indirect compliments. Whenever a woman gives you indirect compliments, she's saying good things about you without becoming too clear about her feelings. For example, if she compliments your hard work or comments positively on your style sense, she's actually complimenting you in an indirect way. These types of compliments could be difficult to notice at first, but they mean a lot. She's concentrating on the things she loves about you, indicating she's interested but doesn't want to make it overly apparent. Pay attention to these subtle compliments. They're her method of demonstrating she likes you without mentioning it directly. Number 11. Seeking your attention. When a woman repeatedly attempts to capture your attention, whether at work, school, or a social gathering, it's a sure sign that she's interested. She could do this in many ways, such as being particularly humorous, telling interesting stories, or having conversations about things she knows you like. Her attempt to make herself noticeable to you is her gentle method of showing interest. She's expressing her desire to be more connected to you by talking about things you enjoy or extending conversations. These behaviors are her non-verbal method of communicating her feelings without actually having to spell them out. Pay close attention to these efforts. They're conscious attempts to interact with you. Number 12. A welcoming body language. Body language may be a crucial signal of interest, and it often falls into two categories: welcoming and defensive. When a woman demonstrates inviting body language, she's gently communicating her affection. Look for signs such as her bending in during conversations, uncrossing her arms, or extending her feet towards you. These actions, such as open arms or an inclined posture, indicate she's interested in and attentive to what you're saying. Her welcoming body language is an unconscious method of communicating that she loves you and is ready to commit to a closer connection. On the contrary, protective body language, such as crossed arms or feet pointing away, frequently signals disinterest or an intention to maintain distance. So guys, we have come to the end of today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And please support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video.